Insane. Sponsored by the Popeyes Chicken Sandwich. I'm Marcel Wiley, PG rated over here. And here's Emmanuel Acho. You want to communicate to the people?
No, sir. I just want to start the show, Sal.
You look amazing today. Uh-oh.
I got to come with it all week.
Gonna put on notice. All right, let's get it started in Dallas, who has put the NFC East at least on notice. And the Cowboys started off hot last night. Did not take their foot off the gas pedal against the Eagles. Dak Prescott threw 3 touchdown passes, and Ezekiel Elliott ran for 2 more. Okay, Zeke, all for Zeke's touchdowns were like a half an inch each. Dallas is now all alone on top in the NFC East. After the game, Dak put the win in perspective. Take a listen.
First 2 games were close, right? Had a chance to win both of them, but to get a statement win like this, I feel, was important just for the team. I mean, defense played a hell of a game, went out there and they got themselves a touchdown. Take away the touchdown that we give, the score is different. So, I mean, that was a complete game.
All right, Dak, I'm going to need you to spend some of that money on that suit. A little too baggy for me. All right, Acho, what does the win say about the Cowboys?
It says unequivocally that the Cowboys are going to win the NFC East. It says that the Cowboys have this division on lock, and I believe it says that there isn't a quarterback in the NFC East that can touch Dak Prescott.
There we go.
Right, we tried to put Jalen Hurts in a tangential conversation with Dak Prescott. Like, we didn't make him equivalent, but we said Jalen Hurts is kind of a likewise Dak Prescott. They're in completely different stratospheres as it stands on today. Now, with that being said, we also learned that the Cowboys are smart enough to put out little fires everywhere. They put them out. There was a little fire. Oh, Tony Pollard, he should be running back number 1. Jerry Jones to Mike McCarthy to Kellen Moore were smart enough to say, hey, whatever we do, let's make sure at least when we leave this game, the media cannot go back to that hole. So what we're going to do is feed Zeke as much as possible, especially against a porous defense who's without their Pro Bowl defensive end Brandon Graham tore his Achilles. Fletcher Cox gets hurt cramps during the course of the game. So let's make sure we do whatever we need to do to change the narrative. Let's make sure that we do that. I also learned that the Cowboys, yes, they're smart enough to put out little fires everywhere.
Listen.
I also learned that the Cowboys are capable of beating bad teams.
Okay.
Haven't always been the case under Dak Prescott. Cowboys fans, NFL fans, let's go through a history lesson. The end of 2019, the Cowboys needed to beat the Eagles to go to the playoffs. It was in Philadelphia. Carson Wentz had no receivers. That was that first year. Carson Wentz without any receivers. Dak Prescott, Amari Cooper, Zeke, they go to Dallas in a must-win game, and you couldn't lose that. You couldn't beat that bad team. I've learned this year that in beating the Eagles, which is a bad team, Cowboys capable of doing that. Chargers will continue to get better. But I'm not convinced that the Chargers week 2 were a very good team. I think they were an average team who's continuing to get better. They beat the Chargers. So I also learned that the Cowboys are capable of beating bad teams. So what have I learned? They're going to win the NFC East. The Cowboys will do that. The Cowboys are capable of beating bad teams. The Cowboys will do that. And the Cowboys are cognizant enough to stop these narratives before they grow into wildfire. I know that.
I like this. I knew it. Because you were getting a little redundant up there. All right, here comes the but. Becky.
I learned a lot more about the Eagles.
On your old squad.
About the Cowboys.
You want to wait or you want to go?
I'm going to wait till my second lap for all that. But I learned this much.
Let's go.
Cowboys fans, before y'all get up here tooting all y'all's horns and whatnot, just know this. Y'all be the bad team. I'm a lying team. And don't feel yourself too much because the Eagles lost more than the Cowboys won. I'm going to show you that momentarily.
Oh, okay. I knew you were going to be a party pooper. It's just in you, huh? That self-hate you got for Dallas. Where you from again? Where you from?
I'm from Dallas proper.
I know it ain't where you're from, it's where you're at, so you act in L.A. Lakers fan, right? Not a Mavericks fan anymore?
Well, both. I'm a LeBron fan.
Okay.
I go where he goes.
Oh, you go where he goes?
Sir.
Okay. Well, you ain't in Brentwood, and you ain't Brentwood adjacent either, so you don't go where he goes. Okay. What does this win say about the Dallas Cowboys? To me, it says the simple thing, and you mentioned the simple thing as well. They're the class of the NFC East.
Yes, sir.
But there's something that is deeper than just saying that at the top layer. You're the best in the NFC East. Remember what you just said. You just said the worst division in football, you're the best of the worst. Now, most people won't call that a compliment, but I will. Because if you look at the Dallas Cowboys, not only the class of this division, but they've already achieved one goal, at least in our minds, which is the first goal of any NFL team. Win your division, right? Now, in their minds, they've won this division. Because look at the teams. Washington, stop. New York, come on. Philly, we just saw it. All right. How many other teams of the 8 divisions out there can even sit there and have that same mindset right now after week 3? Let's go. You go around all the divisions. There's 7 other divisions. Can't go anywhere except Buffalo looking in their division, AFC East. All right, New England, stop playing. Miami, all right, we get it. And then you could go to Tennessee probably just because the Colts and their injuries, right?
Fair.
And you look around everywhere, even Tampa Bay. Carolina, like, what you say? Well, every other division. So already the Dallas Cowboys have put themselves in rare air early in this season. That's a positive. What does this also say about the Dallas Cowboys? This also says that, look, being in that division is going to give us proper preparation for what we have to do later. A lot of people say you got to sharpen your knife. Well, sharpening your knife. Knives got to iron sharpens iron. All right, we got to go through hell to get to where we want to go. Not the Dallas Cowboys. They now have to go through that hell. They're going to go through a division where Dak Prescott can recover from last season's injury and whatever that did to terms of his confidence. Right now, Dak Prescott is not only a better version of himself, but also a guy who's taken total command of his team, which is starting to now be total command of this division. He is 11-1 in his last 12 games against the NFC least opponents. What does it say about the Dallas Cowboys? It says something about Ezekiel Elliott, who you want to point out and say, oh, we put out a fire. No, you didn't. Here's an analyst. Here's a reporter. Here's a host who still sees that fire. But I admit, I ain't going to get too close to it because it ain't going to burn me. Zeke and Pollard, did Zeke have 100 yards last night?
No, sir.
Oh, God. Did Zeke outrush Pollard? Yeah, with more carries, but what about the yards per carry? 0.1. Like, me. Point is, that's a good problem to have. Jerry Jones declared that during the week. Now we see that as a good problem to have. But what will this schedule allow the Dallas Cowboys to do? Not go through hell while they're trying to, as you say, extinguish these fires. Pollard, Zeke, everybody can eat. Look who we got. We got nothing but flesh and bones all in front of us in this division. So I'm loving the runway for a team that needs to gain its confidence, needs to gain its way, and is going to be able to do that in the NFC least.
Yes, sir. Now that we have both done our obligatory praise of the Cowboys, we did. 7 minutes, Cowboys fans. We just sat there and waxed so poetically y'all's praises. Can we be real, so? Can we?
You want to go somewhere?
I ain't really learned nothing about the Cowboys yesterday.
Don't do that.
I didn't. Okay, I gave y'all 4 minutes of such positive conjecture. I gave y'all 4 minutes of it, Cowboys fans. Now I got to give y'all 4 minutes of truth. They say truth and grace is the best way to communicate. I gave y'all grace for 4 minutes. Now you better get 4 minutes of truth. We already knew the Cowboys were the best team in the NFC East. So that win didn't tell me nothing. We did. We already knew Dak Prescott, who makes $70 million, should be a significantly better player than Jalen Hurts on his 7th start. That ain't tell me nothing.
That's
what I learned is that, wait a second, Eagles, y'all lost that game more than the Cowboys went out there and won that game. What I learned was, Eagles, y'all were so bad, y'all made the Cowboys look that much better. But America, don't take my word for it. I told y'all I gave y'all 4 minutes of truth. Well, 4 minutes of grace.
Here we go.
It's time for 4 minutes of truth. We're going to the big board. To the big board. Honestly, I'm just coming here so I can show y'all my full fit. After yesterday, my dog Marcellus tried to clown the boys, but I'm really just here to show y'all the full fit. The ankles are lotioned. You know what I'm saying? The wristwatch still popping. But anyway, back to the point. The Eagles and Jalen Hurts, they really gave away that game. Now, Jalen Hurts, more than anybody, gave it away. I think he'll be better, but yesterday was not the beginning of him being better. Why do I mean that? He tried to pull a vet move, but in order to pull a vet move, you should probably be a vet. Can we roll the tape? Jalen Hurts, he sees and identifies the coverage perfectly. It's man-free, so he looks left. He's just trying to move the middle of the field. Safety, he's going to snap his head right at the last second, but he's going to throw the ball. He did a great job of moving the safety. Safety's not in the picture, but Hurts, dude could have fair caught it, Anthony Brown, that is. Like, you got to at least put something on it. I feel you, big dog. Today was not your day. Well, yesterday wasn't your day. Really, no day is really your day this week, more than likely after that performance. So, Sel, when I look at that, when I look at the game, did the Cowboys do anything that made you go, oh, my God, the Cowboys are so good? Or were you watching that game like, ugh, the Eagles? They pretty bad. The win didn't tell me anything I didn't already know. Cowboys fans, be real. It didn't tell you anything you ain't already know. Marcellus Wiley, you be real. It didn't tell you anything you ain't already know.
Oh, yes, it did. I hate when we get up here and forget where we came from.
I came from Dallas, 2-4. still got the
You
area
got
code.
deeper issues than just the NFL where you came from. But your hometown, you don't even got love for. And I shouldn't have no love for Dallas the way they treated me, or more importantly, how I treated them, because I didn't do a damn thing as a Cowboy. But being real, I